So today we will see some of the things which are requested. First one is we are going to have the Mahashivratri, which is coming up on the 8th of March. So that is on Friday. And some of you have, I'm sure you have a full day program there in the temples, but in Chinmaya Mission here in LA, we are celebrating on the 8th, and also you have an event on Sunday, I think, right?
On Friday, Swamiji, we're having like a 3-hour session from 6 to 9, Swamiji.
Evening.
Evening, Swamiji.
Okay, got it.
Last week I was in Pittsburgh on the topic of Shivananda Lahari. I was speaking on. And the form of Bhagavan Shiva is the representation of Vairagya. A person who has gained the correct knowledge and yet be part of the world, how does he engage in this world? Best example is Bhagavan Shiva. Because he doesn't want anything from anyone. At the same time, he is the one who takes whatever is unwanted by everyone, he takes it. Who wants snakes? Who wants the poison? Who wants bhasma? Who wants to live in Masan? Who wants to face death? And so Bhagavan Shiva is the very symbol of extreme tolerance, peace, and extreme representation of detachment. At some point of time in our life, we must grow out of our attachments. Because when the child is small, it can get attached to the mother until the child is independent and able to eat itself, wash the clothes itself, not even. So some of the men folk, even now, they can't wash their own clothes. The mother never trains them that way. But I'm talking about normal human being. So when you start the child becoming independent, and every mother wants some child to become independent at some point of time. So what is maturity? Becoming independent. Ability to do what you need to do by yourself without depending upon others. So in the worldly sense, all of us at some point of time let go of our possessiveness, attachment, dependence. So Bhagavan Shiva shows the height of the independence. All by himself, and that state of total independence is total freedom. So we invoke at the time of Shivaratri, oh Lord, I have been living, no doubt, with my parents, with my wives, or with my children, with my household things, everything. Yes, I finish my duties with them, but ultimately I need to reach that maturity whereby I will become independent of all this and only depend upon Bhagavan. And he alone can give the highest bliss. So that kind of a prayer should be offered to the Lord. So Bhagavan Shiva represents Ishvara Tattva. the controllership of the entire world. At the same time, he is independent of it also.
Mm.
So not only he controls, but he never gets conditioned by what he controls, or not even with the pride or arrogance of controlling it. We should be managers, but we should be able to manage ourselves, first of all. And so such a symbolism of Ishvara is found in Bhagavan Shiva. Peaceful, at the same time, engages in the dissolution of the universe during Pralaya. One who is responsible for recycling the jivas. Once the karmas are over, the jivas have to get to the next level, and Bhagavan Shiva is the one who makes that happen. Anything that is born in this world must disappear and to become different from what it has been. Matter never destroys, matter only changes its form. And no destruction is true. Every destruction is a beginning of something different. So the entire creation gets dissolved only to come back again. Just like every night we go to sleep only to wake up again. Is it not? Every day, yesterday's tiredness is gone today morning, and today's tiredness will go tomorrow morning after we dissolve ourselves in the sleep and get back again. So when we get back, we are so fresh. Then during the day we work, and then during the late evening, again the tiredness sits in, then sleep, and then again get up. So too, Srishti and Pralaya and Srishti keeps going. And Bhagavan Shiva is in charge of making sure that everything dissolves into him only to provide the means to manifest again. So this very nature of the Lord, who is Pralayakarta, that's why we say Hara Hara Shankar. Remove, oh Lord, all the attachment you remove, all the possessiveness you remove, all the dependence you remove, and thereby I come to thee and dissolve into thee only to become fresh enough to continue my journey and reach you finally forever. Hara Hara Shankara, Jaya Jaya Shankara. So we invoke the Lord again and again to bring us the maturity of thinking and becoming independent. So that should be our prayer for Shivaratri. Also the stories are there, like Bhagavan Shiva appeared as a pillar of light and nobody could fathom his beginning or end. And Bhagavan Vishnu took the avatar of Kurma and Varaha, and then went down to see the end of that light. Whereas Brahma took the form of a swan, went up to see the beginning of the Bhagavan. Both of them could not accomplish. But Brahmaji took the flower on the way, and then he said that I picked up a flower from the top of this pillar of light, and he showed that as the proof. Then Bhagavan Shiva, from being a light of column light, he suddenly appeared and said, nobody can understand or know my beginning. And you said that you have seen me. That is not correct. So he cursed Brahmaji to have only 4 heads. Earlier he had 5 heads. He was able to see north, east, west, south. That's called news, NEWS. But he had got the one more head which is going up, looking up. It's cut off. So he was having heavenly news channel that was cut off. Right? So he has only 4 faces. And the flower that was picked up by Brahmaji to act as a witness is banned from being used for Shiva Puja. That name of the flower is Ketaki. Anybody has a name Ketaki, be careful. So that flower is banned from being for Shiva's worship. Whereas Vishnu he submitted. he conceded, saying that I don't know, I cannot see it. So Bhagavan Vishnu and Shiva, that's why they have temples, not Brahmaji, because Brahmaji cheated, So here, that is the importance of that day he appeared as a pillar of fire or pillar of light is considered to be Shivratri. So this way, there is a lot of significance attached to it, and some people say offering bilba leaf to him also is very important that day. There are stories are there about that as well. All right. The senior group is going to take up Bhaja Govindam as the next topic after finishing Tattva Bodha. Bhagavan Shiva is a Jnana Swarupam. Jnana avatar of Bhagavan Shiva is Shankaracharya. Because the knowledge is easily forgotten. Actions are given a lot of importance in our life. We give not as much importance to knowledge. Only required professional knowledge we take. If I am going for engineering, I go only for knowledge of engineering. I don't study medicine. I don't see English literature. I don't study anything else. No need, because I am specializing only in medicine. Or if I am a medical student, I specialize in medicine. If I am an engineering student, I'll do engineering. If I am a literature student, I don't go into engineering, math or another thing. So, in our life, we pursue knowledge only according to our need. Whereas Atma Jnanam is meant for everyone. Atma Jnanam is not only for special people. Though it is like that, the traditionalist always kept this Atma Jnanam away from common man. They say only certain people can read this, or others cannot do that. Shankaracharya, as a revolutionist of his time, revolutionary of his times, he made a great renaissance, a revolution he made. First revolution he made is that this knowledge is for all. This is the first thing he did. No one can claim to have ownership to this knowledge. And all people of all walks of life must have this knowledge. This is the first one. Second thing is, sannyasa is meant to be taken not after you complete the grihasthashram and vanaprasthashram, which was the tradition until he came to the picture. He said, no, if a person is ready, directly from brahmacharya he can go to sannyas. That was not the tradition before, which also he made. Third, knowledge should be discussed and all doubts must be cleared. And it is very important that one should study not only the karma portion of the Vedas, but also the Upanishad portion, then only the knowledge is complete. Karma gives what you want. Jnanam removes all the wants. Which one you want? Karma, rituals can give you what you want. Jnanam can remove all the wants. Which one is better? Is it not simple answer? So that's what Shankaracharya proved. Jnapakartam jnanam nakarakartam. To make you remind you who you are, remove all the wants, then keeping the wants alive and keep doing things. So this is the revolutionary thinking of Bhagavan Shankaracharya. And to spread this knowledge, he moved around in the country, Bharata, 3 times, top to bottom. Kashmir to Kanyakumari, walked. And within a short period of time, of 16 to 18 years of his active life, he had completed so many things writing commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, 10 Upanishads he gave a commentary. And also Brahma Sutra, he's written commentary. All the verses of Bhagavad Gita, he wrote the commentary. Established 4 important point centers of learning. One in Dwaraka, one in Joshi, but up in the north, Dwaraka in the Gujarat, Puri in the Odisha, and Sringeri in Karnataka. And each one of them are given one particular Veda to pursue, and his own disciples were appointed to take care of those matas. And also he had re-established many of the old ancient temples which were dilapidated, removed the Buddhism from the land, which had a different non-Vedic tradition of philosophy, argued and won over all the people who are merely ritualists, showed them importance of knowledge, and also wrote many small and big compositions on Vedanta. Also, various deities, he has written stotrams, and also philosophical verses like Dakshinamurti Stotram, Manisha Panchakam Ityadi. I do not think he had slept even for a moment. Imagine a 16-year-old boy, before 32, he completed everything and disappeared from the scene. That was the illustrious Shankaracharya. And Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda was so inspired by the work and life of Swami Adi Shankaracharya. He took up the same form of the activity, and he had spent 40 plus years of his life in making sure that similar things are done, writing commentaries on various topics, going to places and giving lectures, establishing matas, establishing temples, schools, hospitals, university now. And so it is only to show a single person can change the world. A single person's vision can change the entire generation. And that is again and again proven by great masters. Adi Shankaracharya did that. A great visionary re-established the Hindu faith in the hearts of the Hindus. That was the most crucial at that point. People are losing interest, and a master of that kind again and again comes to establish the faith back into the heart of the people. So here, that is Adi Shankaracharya. And the tradition of Sringeri Mutt, to which Chinmaya Mission belong, has Saraswati as the last name. So we are all added the Saraswati at the last name, like Chinmayananda Saraswati, Tejomayananda Saraswati, because Saraswati is the title to be given to those who are connected to Sringeri Mutt. So Chinmaya Mission belong to that tradition. And Gurudev had taken the sannyasa from Swami Shivananda. He is also one who belonged to Sringeri tradition. Whereas Tapovanam does not belong to Sringeri tradition, though he learned from Swami Tapovanam. He probably belonged to the Joshi Mutt. So that is Vanam. And if you see how Shankaracharya had kept the names, Saraswati representing Nadis, Giri representing all the hills, Vanam representing all the forests, Puri representing all the cities. So he gave the names Saraswati for Sringeri, and then Puri for Puri Mutt, Joshi Mutt had Vanam, and Giri from Gujarat, that is Dwaraka. That is to say, this Shankaracharya or the tradition of Shankaracharya should take care of Nadi, Puri, Giri, and Vanam. He was ecological conscious. Not just have the name, but make sure that you are taking care of the natural resources. Because the natural resources are like rivers, trees, forests and the hills and the cities are necessary for us to survive. No, we should not destroy them. And he also integrated the different parts of the country. And how did he do that? He took the Nambudiri from Kerala and appointed as the main priest of Badrinath. Even today, Badrinath priests are from Kerala. And he made sure Karnataka priests are sent to Pashupatinath in Nepal. And he took Nepal priests from there to Rameshwaram. Even today, Rameshwaram, you have a Nepal priest, and in Pashupati, you have the Karnataka priests. And for Badrinath, you have priests from Kerala. So it is to say that we should not have division of such, north, south, east, west, and all that. It should be integrated. The whole country, Bharat, is only one. And people should accept and should, respect the traditions, and we must integrate together as a one single land. So many things are done by Shankaracharya. That's why we call him as Jnana Avatara of Bhagavan Shiva. Now, the Bhaja Govindam as a text is a very beautiful one, very well set to tune, and it is considered as one of the masterpieces of Bhagavan Shankaracharya. Why masterpiece? Because very simple way he had composed these verses on two important topics, Jnana or Vairagya. These are the main two topics. Where knowledge is there, you can see beautiful Vairagya. And Vairagya is a prerequisite for knowledge. Here when we say Vairagya, many people think disinterested living. No, it is not. It is not disinterested living, careless living, irresponsible living. No. Vairagya is where one is able to rise above mundane things of life. Mature person is one who does not bother and disturb himself with mundane things. And when our mind is very little and narrow, we are so worried about flimsy things in life, daily pinpricks of life, simple discomforts of daily life. So these are all not something to be, we may pay attention or even spend energy on. It's a waste. As we grow mature, we must recognize there is a greater purpose and for which I should live than just dragging myself along everyday life, fulfilling immediate demands, and not taking anything seriously to grow to something greater for a greater purpose. Simple-minded people are those people who about everything they get disturbed. Lofty mind is that which would overlook all these things. That is Vairagya. So it is not disinterested living, living with a greater purpose and vision. That is what it is. So such a person will appear to have no interest in all small things. It is true. They are not interested because it's a waste of time. So in the beginning of the Bhaja Govindam, the story is that he was walking along with his students. And the inspiration the master has can express at any time. So they are always ready to note down the words that come from the master. So when he was walking on the streets along with his disciples, he saw a very old man, a very aged, not old man, senior citizen there, and he was teaching the grammar rules to the children. very old, probably 75. Nowadays, old means, they say, oh, old means really 90 plus one. No, he was, they say, 75 or so. So he was teaching this grammar rules to the students there. So Shankaracharya's student looked at him and then turned to his disciple and said, see, the thing is, at this ripe age, with only some more years to go before he leaves the body, what he should be doing? He should be doing or getting ready to leave this world. And for that, he must keep his mind on the Lord. Instead of that, see what is he doing now. Now, this is a very good, important, very good lesson to all of us. People are not ready to retire. When they are even 70, 75, they are not ready to retire. You know the reason? What do I do, Swamiji, after retirement? That means the mind is still attached to mundane things. I have to go to work, I have to do this, I have to meet people, I have to go to party, I have to drink, I have to go to sports and things, I have to go in the share market. So the mind is still thinking about how to make more money, how to enjoy, go more parties and this and that. So the mind is still not able to see the flimsiness, temporariness of things. One person said, there was a person who lived, who never drank, never smoked, never cheated on his wife, never went to Las Vegas to do any gambling. So he died, and LIC, Life Insurance Corporation in India, did not give him his insurance, give the wife his insurance money. So you know why? They asked the insurance agent, why you didn't give us the money from the person who died? He says he never lived. Why should I give him? How do you know that he's dead? वो आदमी वो जीवन ही कैसे कैसा वो मरेगा? So that means in our today's world, living means doing all these things: drinking, smoking, partying, and all that. That's what considers living. So a person who is ready physically by age to retire does not want to retire because he or she does not know what to do with life. I have to continue living. So the mind is not mature enough to understand the purpose of life and why how one should get ready for that. You have done enough, 30, 40, 50, 40 years you have done in this. Now you have to move to the next level. So that's what Shankaracharya points out here in the first verse itself. Hey, dull-witted one, get ready for meeting the life, meeting the end of life, or meeting Yama, the Lord of Death. Because when you are ready to meet, when you are at the time when you are supposed to meet death, you will not regret if you are ready for it. Otherwise, you'll be dreading the day when you are ready, when you have to die. Are you ready to face death or not? And that can happen only when you get in your mind tuned to the Lord. So that is called Bhaja Govindam. Now, this Bhaja Govindam composition is also known as Moha Mudgara. Mudgara means hammer. Moha Mudgara means that which will hammer on the delusion. How to destroy delusion. Moha Mudgara. So this Bhaja Govindam is considered to be one of the beautiful texts for the people who are stepping into spiritual understanding. It is not as tough with a lot of technical details like that of Vivek Chodamani. But at the same time, it is a text that can, a composition that can inspire a person to look life differently. When we are living with people and when we have got educated in the university, school, etc., our perception of life is pretty much set as per the world. The way others look at the world is the way we look at the world also. But everything has got the other side. Every coin has got both head and the tail. Only one side if you look at it, and the other side you deny or don't look at it, does not mean it is not there. So the looking at two sides of the coin alone gives you complete balance. This is called Pratipaksha Bhavana. Prati means other side. Pratipaksha, other side. Pratipaksha Drishti or Bhavana. Looking at the other side of the coin as well. When we look at only one side, either we get attracted or we get despised about that. We get to become hateful of one thing if we are not looking at correctly, or we get attracted and get enamored by that. When we have the both side of it clearly seen, then we get balanced. Life also has got both sides. Sometimes it is very favorable, pleasurable. Then there will be pain. Sometimes there will be tragedy also. Every person has also got two sides. Some people like the person, some people do not like the same person. So we must have a balanced view about dealing with people, dealing with situations, dealing with objects of the world, dealing with our own experiences as well. So Bhagavan Shankaracharya in this text shows how to develop this ability to see both sides of the coin, both sides of the situation, and bring about a balance in ourselves. And there are so many things, he goes on listing one by one by one. We come to realize that how we are not thinking in that way. See, any satsanga, any meeting of people or meeting of men of knowledge must bring a greater understanding in ourselves. This is where satsang plays a very important role. Say, for example, if you go and spend time in watching a game, whatever game it is, basketball, baseball, whatever it is, are you become mature by the time it ends? You entertain yourself, but you have spent 3-4 hours, no doubt, paying money, eating popcorn, all that. But you have not become mature. You have not become a different person. So I watched cricket and I became a different person. Nothing happens like that. You just spend 3-4 hours and money. That's all. When do we really, spend time and become little more intelligent, little more knowledgeable, little more mature? How? When we learn what we don't know. When we learn what we need to know. When we unlearn what we have been misunderstanding. Our understanding is questioned. Then we realize, oh, these things are to be unlearned because this is not useful to me. And we need to learn what need to be learned. So both should take place. Learning what we don't know, unlearning what we have been misunderstanding. So Bhaja Govindam gives such a beautiful insight into life. In fact, for the children, those who are students who are going for university, etc., they should learn Bhaja Govindam first. Because it gives very good clarity about how to face life challenges. Nobody can stop. Nobody can stop the world. Nobody can escape from the world and its challenges. And there will be a boyfriend failure, girlfriend failure, that will also be there. Also will somebody cheating you, somebody is deceitful, or you have to meet with people who are apparently good but not really. All the sort of things will be there in this world. Or you are expecting something to happen, doesn't happen. Or you never expected something to happen. You have planned, but it doesn't work out. All these possibilities are there. So how to keep our mind above these things and continue living cheerfully. So this is the main topic of Bhaja. That is Jnanam Tada Vairagya. The knowledge and dispassion. Both are important. So we'll see the first verse in Bhaja Govindam. Then I expect the Sevak there to take care of continuing the discussion with you all. Verse number 1. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate.
Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate.
Samprapte Sannihite Kale.
Samprapte Sannihite Kale.
Nahi nahi rakshati dukran karane.
Nahi nahi rakshati dukran karane.
Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. Samprapte Sannihite Kale. Nahi nahi rakshati dukran karane. First of all, he addresses all of us with a very beautiful name. Mudamati. Oh, deluded fool. Gurudev said, oh, deluded fool. He always would say, we are all uneducated, we are all educated fools. An uneducated person be acting foolish, we can understand. The educated person is acting foolish means his knowledge is only intellectual. It does not change the person. Let us say you meet a doctor who is a lung specialist, smoking. So now, what do you think? Is he a really intelligent person? Huh? So that means knowingly, he knows how it will affect the lungs, but yet he cannot stop it. So his knowledge has not helped him, right? He may give a prescribe the medicine to everybody in the world, but has it helped him? No. So the professional knowledge does not change the person. I may be a lawyer, but I can be a lawyer. I know the law and how to cheat with the law, I know. So that lawyer profession, knowledge that I have got, it is only for making money. It has not helped me. Knowledge has not helped me. With the knowledge, I helped myself. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, whatever you learn, here he is giving only the grammar rule as an example. Whatever you have learned in your life cannot help you meet death. Simple. Sannihite kale. Nihita means determined. Sannihita, well decided. Kale, time. Sannihite kale. Nahi nahi rakshati. Nothing will help you. When samprapte, when it comes. When the appointed time comes, for what? When the appointed time to meet the death comes, Yeah, none of the things that you have learned will help you. I may be rich, I may be very well-known, intelligent person, very well known in the world for whatever I have been doing, but then does it help? It doesn't help. So what will help then? What will help me to meet the inevitable? See, the simple thing which we have to understand is we cannot desire something which we don't know. Can you? Can you desire something which you don't know? Tell. Are you in love with something which you don't know? Huh? I love someone. Who is that person? I don't know. That doesn't happen. Or you can say, I want something. I want that, which I don't know. That also would not happen. You cannot love someone or something which you don't know. You cannot desire or want something which you don't know. Now, is it clear? Do you want to live forever or not? Huh? Everybody would say yes. So the very desire shows that it is possible. So many times we think that immortality or living beyond death is only a hypothesis. It's not reality. It is only a hypothesis, a belief, make-believe thing. But what the Upanishads declare or the Vedanta says, it is not a hypothesis, it's a fact. What dies is not you, that you should understand. What dies is not you. When you realize that, that which dies not is me. So therefore, the desire is valid. I'm not desiring about something which is not true. I'm desiring something which is true, and presently I'm not ready, I'm not mature enough to understand. I'm not able to understand. Like all of us want to be happy, no doubt about that. But then why are still unhappy then? We are holding on to something which gives you only temporary happiness, and we think that is happiness, and we get disappointed. So Bhagavan Shankaracharya here says, Bhaja Govindam. Bhaja Govindam means one meaning is Bhagavan Krishna. Now you may find that in the entire Bhaja Govindam, he never mentions about God. Look at it. Only one place he says, if you do even a single worship of Bhagavan, you will be free of fear of death. And only one place. Other than that, he never mentions any form of God anywhere in this world. So if you take Govinda as a word, is he referring to Krishna? Govinda? No. He's referring to the word Govinda means that which is discovered through the Vedanta. Vindati means to discover. Go means Vedas. So that which can be discovered through study of the Vedanta or Vedas here, the scriptures, one who is discovered through the scriptures, he is Govinda. So, Bhaja means worship. Worship, have reverence for. Have reverence for that which is discovered through the study of Vedanta. Bhaja Govindam. Otherwise, you would say, oh, I go to daily or every week I go to Krishna's temple. I'm set. So now, if I go to Krishna temple every day, or I have a murti of Bhagavan Krishna in my home, whom every day I put some flowers or chant some mantras, then I am ready to meet death. Is it so? There are many people who do such rituals or puja, but still, when it comes to death, they are not ready. So, what will make you ready to face death? Is the mind becoming intelligent, wise, to realize that one that dies is not me. And that cannot happen merely by putting a flower in front of God. It requires thinking. That's why it's a mudamate, or deluded fool. You are doing all other things in your life, but most important thing you are not doing, which you need to do, because when it comes to a ripe age and old age, none of these things will happen. None of this. Whatever you have learned, whatever you earned, whatever number of people that you may have around in your life, whatever books you have written, whatever you have done, if you have not gained that knowledge, it will not help you. So this entire book is about how to have a deeper insight about life, and also always be ready to look at the other side of the coin, so that you will have a balanced view of everything. Neither you hate anything, nor you hold on to anything possessively and suffer. All right. Okay. I think I have spoken on this topic for the group which did last year also. The theory of karma, I'm just going to briefly touch upon that. It is very peculiar to Eastern traditions. Buddhism, Jainism, and Hinduism has got this concept of karma. The understanding of karma is essential for us to recognize the belief of rebirth. Rebirth is built upon the law of karma. Because what makes a person be born again is the unfinished action and results. If that karma theory is not there, then the whole structure of rebirth will collapse. All right. Now, one may say, okay, I don't believe in rebirth, and therefore I don't believe in karma. So what? I don't need to. Islamic tradition, Christian tradition, Jewish tradition, they may not have this. Nothing wrong. Then in that case, disparities among people must be addressed. A person who is born rich or born poor, is it accidental or it's preconceived? Why a particular person is born in a rich family, another person is born in a poor family? Why? Or somebody is born intelligent, somebody is born with foolishness. Why? How do you reconcile this variety, these disparities? If there are only two possibilities, freak of the nature. That's what science believes in. Somebody is born to a family, and that is no reason to compare with anybody else. Somebody is born intelligent, somebody is not born foolish. Freak of nature. If you talk about freak of nature, then it is not scientific. Any scientific approach to anything must have a proper reasoning. So science believes in cause and effect. If a person is born foolish or born intelligent, to a foolish parents, an intelligent boy is born. Now it is not definitely connected to DNA. And parents wonder, we are so foolish. How is he so intelligent? Is that possible? So, or two very intelligent parents, such a total idiot. Now, how do you account that? The DNA doesn't, carried that. It's not carried that. Now, how will you account that? What is the thought? What is the effect now? Then tell me. You cannot make a golden pot out of mud. So reasoning is lost. Okay. So if you say, no, God created that way. God created this boy to be intelligent and his own brother as foolish. Now, DNA cannot be that. Or you can say nature's freak. Or you can say God decided that. Oh, why should God make one foolish, another intelligent? Why? On what basis? God just according to his fancy. Then he's no better than anybody else. Then don't bring God into the picture then. If you bring God into the picture, there must be reasoning. Otherwise, God is as foolish as anybody else. So you can look at the whole complexities here. Either you call it nature's freak, or it can be haphazardly happening, or it is because of DNA. It is no need for cause and effect relationship, or God is partial. These are all, various forms of explanation for things that which cannot be explained. Now, only one way we can overcome this is to understand the cause and effect nature of things. If a person is born intelligent, it is because of that person's prior experiences, what he or she has done. If that is to be taken into account, we must account for previous birth. In the same way, previous birth is accepted, the next birth is also to be accepted. What I did yesterday, today I have an effect of it. If I had taken stomach full of lot of sweets and today I will suffer. Isn't it? And today if I don't sleep at all, tomorrow I will suffer. So we know from our own observation, what I did yesterday has an effect today. What I do today will have an effect tomorrow. That means this birth is caused by what I did in the previous. And what I do right now will affect the next one. Therefore, karma theory, even though it is a theory, it is an explanation for things that are inexplicable, unexplainable. Whether you take it as a real fact or even a satisfactory explanation of things. Our intellect is always curious. To appease the intellect, we can give this as a possible law or theory to explain. So that intellect is now quiet. Okay, understood. Previous life has decided whatever I did that time as to this birth, and what I do in this birth will be experienced by me in the next. So leave. That's fine. And having understood this particular theory of karma, now comes the explanation on how we can handle this karma. What is going to become the result of previous life's action? Should I suffer that or overcome them? And how do I overcome? The karma and explanation on what is the karma, how the cause and effect theory works, and what kind of karmas are experienced, and how to overcome this karma, in what way those karmas are expressed in our life, etc., are all discussed in this chapter. So that is the chapter number. What's that chapter number?